It's hard to pinpoint the exact moment my world shattered, but I'll never forget Claire's words slicing through the air. "We're done, Liam. I'm leaving." They landed like a blade in my chest, cold and unforgiving. Our Brooklyn apartment, just moments before alive with the warmth of fresh coffee and Lily's giggles about her first day of kindergarten, froze. That morning was supposed to be ours. Lily in her tiny denim jacket, her unicorn backpack bouncing as we posed for a photo on the stoop. Instead, Claire stood by the kitchen counter, arms crossed, her voice hollow, like she'd already left me behind. I looked at her, my heart clawing at my ribs. "I know," I whispered, steady despite the storm inside. Her eyes flickered. She expected me to break, to beg, but I couldn't. Not yet. I'm Liam Carter, 30, a data analyst grinding away at a Manhattan tech startup. 7 years ago, I was just a wide-eyed coder, head over heels for Claire, a graphic designer whose laugh could chase away the city's shadows. We built something real, modest, but ours. I threw myself into work, chasing stability for us. Claire danced through New York's Pulse, art galleries, rooftop bars, weekends with friends. I didn't see the fracture forming, not until it was too wide to bridge. The truth started creeping in a year ago. Texts she'd shield from me, calls she'd slip away to take, charges on our account for dinners I never tasted. I'm wired to spot patterns. It's what I do. The data didn't lie. A Venmo note for a weekend trip I wasn't part of cracked something in me. I didn't confront her. I couldn't. The part of me that still loved her needed to know how deep the betrayal ran. So I dug, like a man possessed. Bank statements revealed hotel stays in the Hamptons, payments to Marcus, a smug marketing exec I'd met at one of Claire's work parties. Emails from our shared cloud account spelled it out. A new life in a Tribeca loft, freedom from Liam's predictable routine. Marcus was older, wealthier, everything I wasn't. They'd planned it carefully, waiting until after Lily's big day to strike, thinking I'd be too soft to fight. The truth didn't free me. It crushed me. Every date, every dollar, every whispered plan was a shard of glass in my heart. After tucking Lily in, I'd sit in the dark, my laptop's glow burning my eyes as I traced their lies. Hotel receipts, text screenshots, a Venmo memo, weekend escape. Each one carved deeper, unraveling the life I thought we had. I'd lie in our bed, her side cold, her lavender shampoo still haunting the pillow, and stare into the void. How long had she planned this? Did she ever love me? Was I just a stepping stone? The questions choked me. Night after night, sleep became a ghost. I'd wander to the living room, the city's hum a faint pulse through the window, and cradle a glass of whiskey. I wasn't a drinker, but the burn was something to hold on to. Mornings were worse. I'd force myself to the kitchen, brew coffee, and fake joy for Lily. "Ready for school, kiddo?" I'd say, ruffling her hair as she ate cereal. She'd smile, her unicorn backpack ready, blind to the war in my chest. But the second she was gone, I'd collapse. On the subway, I'd sit, earbuds silent, staring at a stranger in the window, hollow, haunted, carrying a pain no one could see. Work, once my sanctuary, turned into quicksand, spreadsheets blurred as my mind replayed her betrayal. "You okay, Liam?" a coworker would ask. "Just tired," I'd lie. But I wasn't tired. I was fraying. My code was sloppy, my reports late. My boss, sharp but fair, called me out. "You're slipping, Carter. Pull it together." Her words stung, echoing Claire's abandonment. "You're not enough." The weight seeped into everything. I'd snap at strangers, curse at the world, pace the apartment when Lily slept. I avoided mirrors, hating the broken man staring back. One night, I found myself in a Williamsburg dive bar, neon buzzing, air heavy with smoke and regret. I downed shots, chasing numbness. A guy beside me, voice slurred, spilled his own story of heartbreak. "Women, man, they'll gut you." I nodded, his words sinking into the poison already in me. That bar became my escape. 2-3 nights a week, I'd leave Lily with a sitter, lie about work drinks, and drown in liquor and strangers' pain. One night, a woman with weary eyes sat beside me. "Rough day?" she asked. I laughed, a dead sound. "Rough life." Her hand grazed mine, and for a moment I considered it, losing myself in her, just to feel something else. But I pulled back, paid, and stumbled home, the city a blur. I wasn't Claire. I couldn't betray myself, even if she had. The drinking didn't save me. It buried me deeper. I'd wake to headaches, the apartment a wreck, takeout containers, dirty dishes, Lily's toys scattered. Guilt clawed at me. I was failing her, failing myself. One morning, as I fumbled with her lunch, Lily looked up from her coloring book. "Daddy, why are you sad?" Her voice was so small, her eyes too knowing. I froze, the peanut butter jar trembling. I'm not sad, sweetheart, I lied. Just thinking. She nodded, but her doubt cut deeper than Claire's words. I was spiraling, and I knew it. I tried running, hoping the ache in my lungs would silence my head. I'd jog along the Brooklyn waterfront, the skyline mocking me, my steps chanting, she lied, she left, she chose him. I tried therapy, sitting in a cold office, choking out a few words before shutting down. It's normal to feel this, the therapist said. Give it time. But time wasn't healing me, it was hollowing me out. The breaking point came on a rainy night. I skipped the bar, too broken to move, and scrolled through Claire's social media. There she was with Marcus at some rooftop party, her smile radiant, his arm claiming her. The caption, living my truth. Fury roared through me. I hurled my phone, the screen shattering. Then I heard her voice, Lily's. Daddy? She stood in the hallway, clutching her unicorn, eyes wide with fear. I knelt, pulling her close. I'm sorry, kiddo. Daddy's okay. Back to bed. She hugged me, trembling, and I loathed myself more than I loathed Claire. That moment shook me awake. I couldn't keep drowning. Not for me, but for Lily. She needed a father, not a shell. The next day I scrubbed the apartment, tossed the whiskey, and called my brother Tom in Jersey. I'm not okay, I confessed, voice breaking. He didn't judge. Come stay with me. Bring Lily. You need a reset. That weekend, watching Lily play with her cousins, Tom's quiet presence, grilling burgers, cracking bad jokes, reminded me I wasn't alone. Back in Brooklyn, I clawed my way up. I set a bedtime, lying still even if sleep didn't come. I joined a gym, pouring my pain into sweat. I tried meditation, sitting on the living room floor, feeling foolish but desperate. Slowly, the darkness softened. I wasn't whole, but I was fighting. For Lily, for the man I still wanted to be. But the hurt lingered, and with it, a hunger for justice. Claire had walked away, unscathed, while I bled. I wanted her to feel it. Revenge whispered to me, seductive and cold. They underestimated me. A wounded analyst doesn't rage, he plans. I dug deeper, saving texts, tracing transactions, building a case. I met a divorce attorney, learning how infidelity could shift the scales. I compiled it all, every receipt, every lie, every betrayal. We filed for divorce, my evidence laid bare. But the fire in me demanded more. I wanted Claire to hurt like I did. I leaked just enough to a media friend to spark a storm. Headlines erupted. New York designer's affair tears family apart. I sat in the dark, scrolling, waiting for relief. It didn't come. Each article, each cruel comment hollowed me for that wounded Claire, but my pain didn't fade. It deepened, a fresh scar over the old. That night, watching Lily sleep, her face soft against her unicorn pillow, I saw the truth. Revenge hadn't freed me. It had chained me to Claire's darkness. The anger ebbed, leaving a heavy exhaustion. I didn't hate her anymore, but forgiveness felt like defeat, a gift she hadn't earned. And I couldn't let her near Lily, not after her lies, her schemes, and the scandal I'd fed. When she texted, begging to see our daughter, I shut her down. Not now, I said. I have to protect her. I stopped the leaks and focused on Lily, on the divorce. But in the quiet nights, I wrestled with myself. I wasn't trapped by Claire. I was trapped by my own pain. I started questioning if keeping Lily from her mom was about her safety or my wounds. One November evening, as I tucked Lily in, she clutched her unicorn and whispered, "Does Mommy still love me?" Her eyes searched mine, and my heart broke. I'd shielded her from the divorce's venom, but kids feel the emptiness. "Of course she does, sweetheart," I said, stroking her hair. "Mommy's just lost right now, but I'm here, always." She slept, but her question lingered, a quiet ghost. Lily's words forced me to see clearly. I could guard her from Claire, but I couldn't erase her mother. Keeping them apart might soothe me, but it would wound Lily. I didn't trust Claire, but I trusted Lily's heart. For her, I decided to try, a small, cautious step to see if Claire could be in her life without breaking her. When Claire called again, voice trembling, I didn't hang up. "One meeting," I said, cold but open. "Neutral ground, for Lily." We met at a cafe in Prospect Park. Lily held my hand, nervous but hopeful. Claire looked different, gaunt, no makeup, her hair simple. She knelt, and Lily hesitated before hugging her. Watching them, I felt a storm, anger, sorrow, and a flicker of something softer. Claire looked at me, eyes pleading. "Thank you, Liam. I'm trying to be better." I nodded, guarded. "This is for Lily. Don't break her heart." Lily showed Claire a drawing, chattering about school. Claire listened, tears brimming, and for a moment I saw the woman I'd loved, but I stayed firm. When we left, Lily's smile was enough, for now. That meeting stirred me. Forgiveness felt too big, too final, but I saw that resentment was my prison, not Claire's. I needed to let go, not for her, but for me. Forgiveness wasn't absolution, it was freedom from the past's grip. At the preliminary hearing, Claire and Marcus sat across from me, pale. My lawyer laid out the dossier, her infidelity, her hidden accounts. The judge froze our assets, leaving Claire with nothing. Gossip exploded, fueled by my leak. Marcus abandoned her when their dream crumbled. Alone, she spiraled, texting me apologies. I ignored her, not from spite, but because I was chasing healing. For Lily, for me. At the final hearing, Claire looked faded, her light gone. My evidence was unshakable. The judge gave me most of our assets, securing Lily's future. Claire left with scraps, her name ruined. Outside, she stopped me. Liam, I messed up. I'm so sorry. I saw her, not a monster, but a broken soul. Anger flared, then faded. Hate was killing me. I thought of Lily, of the life I wanted, free from this weight. I forgive you, I said softly. Not for you, but because I need to move on. Her eyes welled, but I turned away. That was my moment, my release. Back home, I poured myself into a side project, a budgeting app, ClearPath. Born from my pain, built to help others track finances openly. It took off, drawing investors. Beyond the money, it gave me purpose. I wasn't just surviving, I was creating. One spring day, I sat with Lily in Central Park, watching her chase pigeons, her laughter a melody. I checked ClearPath on my phone, not from fear, but pride. It was my anchor, my proof of a new start. Forgiving Claire didn't erase the scars. They're still there, faint but real. Her betrayal was a fire that burned me down but forged me anew, stronger, clearer. I smiled, watching Lily run. This was our life, flawed, but ours. I was ready to live it, not as a victim, but as a man who chose peace. The months after the divorce were a dance of quiet triumphs and stubborn shadows. Lily and I found a rhythm in our apartment, her drawings brightening the walls, my laptop humming late into the night. ClearPath soared. Tech blogs hailed it as revolutionary. I pitched in glossy boardrooms, worlds from my old cubicle. But success didn't silence the ache. Lily's questions, I said, "I'm not sad, sweetheart." I lied, just thinking. She nodded, but her doubt cut deeper than Claire's words. I was spiraling, and I knew it. I tried running, hoping the ache in my lungs would silence my head. I'd jog along the Brooklyn waterfront, the skyline mocking me, my steps chanting, "She lied, she left. She chose him." I tried therapy, sitting in a cold office, choking out a few words before shutting down. "It's normal to feel this," the therapist said. "Give it time." But time wasn't healing me, it was hollowing me out. The breaking point came on a rainy night. I skipped the bar, too broken to move, and scrolled through Claire's social media. There she was with Marcus at some rooftop party, her smile radiant, his arm claiming her. The caption, "Living my truth." Fury roared through me. I hurled my phone, the screen shattering, then I heard her voice, Lily's. "Daddy?" She stood in the hallway, clutching her unicorn, eyes wide with fear. I knelt, pulling her close. "I'm sorry, kiddo. Daddy's okay? Back to bed?" She hugged me, her small body shaking, and in that moment I hated myself more than I hated Claire. I'd let my pain spill onto her, the one person I swore to protect. That night was a mirror held up to my brokenness. I couldn't keep living like this, not for me, but for Lily. She deserved a father, not a ghost haunted by betrayal. The next day, I scrubbed the apartment, poured the whiskey down the drain, and called my brother Tom in Jersey. "I'm falling apart," I admitted, my voice cracking like dry earth. He didn't lecture or judge. "Come stay with me. Bring Lily. You need to breathe." That weekend at his place, watching Lily laugh with her cousins, Tom's quiet presence, grilling burgers, tossing out dumb jokes, felt like a lifeline. It wasn't a fix, but it was a start. Back in Brooklyn, I clawed my way towards something better. I set a bedtime, forcing myself to lie still, even if sleep was a stranger. I joined a gym, channeling my anger into the clank of weights, the burn of a treadmill. I even tried meditation, sitting cross-legged on the living room floor, feeling like a fool but clinging to hope. Bit by bit, the fog thinned. I wasn't healed, but I was fighting. For Lily, for the man I still believed I could be. But the pain didn't vanish, it simmered, and with it grew a hunger for justice. Claire had walked away, living her shiny new life, while I drowned in the wreckage. I wanted her to feel the weight of what she'd done, to hurt like I did. Revenge curled around my heart, dark and seductive. They underestimated me. I'm an analyst. I don't scream. I strategize. I dove deeper, saving screenshots of texts, cross-referencing transactions, building a fortress of evidence. I met with a divorce attorney, learning how New York's laws could bend in my favor. Every receipt, every message, every lie, I cataloged it all, a map of her betrayal. We filed for divorce, my dossier attached like a blade, but the fire in my chest wasn't satisfied. I wanted Claire to feel my pain, raw and unfiltered. I leaked just enough to a friend in media to light a spark. Within days, headlines screamed, New York designer's affair tears family apart. I sat in our darkened apartment, scrolling through the venom online, waiting for the rush of victory. It never came. Each article, each cruel comment carved a deeper hole in me. I'd struck Claire, but my pain didn't ease. It grew, a fresh wound bleeding over the old. That night, as Lily slept, her face soft against her unicorn pillow, I saw what I'd done. Revenge hadn't freed me. It had tethered me to Claire's darkness. The anger drained away, leaving a bone-deep weariness. I didn't hate her anymore, but forgiveness felt like surrender, a gift she hadn't earned. More than that, I couldn't let her near Lily, not after her lies, her schemes, and now the scandal I'd helped ignite. When she texted, begging to see our daughter, I shut her down. Not now, I typed. I have to protect her. I called off the media leaks and turned my focus to Lily, to the divorce. But in the quiet of night, when the city's hum was all I had, I wrestled with myself. I wasn't trapped by Claire. I was trapped by my own grief. I began to wonder if keeping Lily from her mom was truly for her sake, or just a wall around my shattered heart. One chilly November evening, as I tucked Lily into bed, she clutched her stuffed unicorn and whispered, "Does Mommy still love me?" Her hazel eyes bored into mine, and my heart splintered. I tried to shield her from the divorce's poison, but kids feel the holes we can't hide. "Of course she does, sweetheart," I said, brushing her hair back. "Mommy's just figuring things out. But I'm here, always." She drifted off, but her question clung to me like damp cold. Lily's words broke something open. I could protect her from Claire, but I couldn't erase her mother. Keeping them apart might spare me pain, but it would leave a void in Lily's heart. I didn't trust Claire, but I trusted Lily's love for her mom. For my daughter, I decided to try, a small, tightly guarded step to see if Claire could be part of her life without breaking her. When Claire called again, her voice fragile as glass, I didn't hang up. "One meeting," I said, my tone clipped but open. "Neutral ground. For Lily." We met at a cafe in Prospect Park the next weekend. Lily clung to my hand, her excitement laced with nerves. Claire looked different, thinner, her usual bold makeup gone, her hair pulled back simply. She knelt to hug Lily, who hesitated before wrapping her arms around her mom. Watching them, I felt a storm churn inside, resentment, pity, and a faint warmth I didn't want to name. Claire glanced at me, her eyes pleading. "Thank you, Liam. I'm trying to be better." I nodded, keeping my distance. "This is for Lily. Don't make promises you can't keep." Lily chattered about school, showing Claire a drawing she'd made. Claire listened, tears brimming, and for a fleeting moment, I saw the woman I'd fallen for years ago. But I held my ground. When we left, Lily was smiling, and that was enough. For now. That meeting stirred something deep. I hadn't forgiven Claire. Forgiveness felt too vast, too final. But I saw that clinging to resentment was chaining me to the past. It wasn't Claire holding me captive. It was my own pain. I needed to let go, not to absolve her, but to free myself. Forgiveness wasn't about forgetting or excusing her betrayal. It was about choosing to step out of the shadow of her choices. At the preliminary hearing, Claire and Marcus sat across from me, their faces ashen. My lawyer presented the dossier, proof of her infidelity, her financial deceit. Claire had funneled money into a secret account, thinking I wouldn't notice. The judge froze our assets, leaving her with almost nothing. The gossip, sparked by my leak, spread like wildfire. Friends took sides. Some vanished. Marcus bailed when their perfect future collapsed under scrutiny. Alone, Claire unraveled, texting me apologies, begging to talk. I ignored her, not out of anger and nerve, but because I was searching for peace, for Lily, for myself. The final hearing was a cold, sterile affair. Claire looked drained, her spark extinguished. My evidence was airtight. The judge awarded me most of our assets, ensuring Lily's stability. Claire left with little, her reputation in tatters. Outside the courtroom, she stopped me. "Liam, I messed up. I'm so sorry." I studied her. Not the villain I'd built in my mind, but a broken woman. My anger flared, then softened. Holding on to hate was poisoning me. I thought of Lily, of the life I wanted for us, free, not shackled to resentment. I forgive you, I said, my voice barely above a whisper, not because you deserve it, but because I need to move on. Her eyes welled up, but I turned away. That moment wasn't for her redemption. It was for my freedom. Back home, I poured my energy into a side project, a budgeting app called ClearPath, born from the ashes of my betrayal, designed to help others track shared finances with transparency. It gained traction, catching investors' eyes. Beyond the money, it gave me purpose. I wasn't just surviving, I was creating something that mattered. One spring afternoon, I sat with Lily in Central Park, watching her chase pigeons, her giggles dancing in the sunlight. I opened ClearPath on my phone, checking our finances, not out of paranoia, but pride. It was a symbol of control, of clarity, of a new beginning. Forgiving Claire didn't erase the scars. They're still there, faint but present. Her betrayal was a brutal crucible, burning away who I was and forging someone stronger, wiser. I smiled, watching Lily run. This was our life now, imperfect, but ours. I was ready to live it fully, not as a victim, but as a man who chose peace over pain. The months after the divorce were a whirlwind of quiet victories and lingering echoes. Lily and I settled into a new rhythm in our Brooklyn apartment, her colorful drawings brightening the walls, the soft hum of my laptop filling late nights. ClearPath was soaring. Tech blogs called it a game changer for financial transparency. I found myself pitching in sleek Manhattan boardrooms, a far cry from my old cubicle. But success didn't silence the ache. Every time Lily asked about her mom, guilt and anger stirred. Forgiving Claire was a step, but healing was a marathon. That first meeting in Prospect Park cracked open a door. I arranged more supervised visits, always keeping boundaries firm. Each time, Lily came home happier, and a weight lifted, not because I trusted Claire, but because I chose hope over fear. I'd forgiven Claire to free myself, but I hadn't fully let go of the story that painted her as the villain. It was easier to hate her than to admit I'd failed our marriage too, burying myself in work, blind to her restlessness. Acknowledging my part didn't excuse her betrayal, but it gave me perspective. I didn't want to be defined by bitterness any longer. As ClearPath grew, so did my sense of purpose. The app wasn't just about money, it was about empowerment. I started speaking at community centers, sharing my story to help others navigate financial betrayal or life's unexpected turns. One evening in Harlem, a woman approached me, her voice trembling. "Your app saved me. I caught my husband hiding debt. I got out because of you." Her gratitude hit me like a wave. This was why I kept going, not for vengeance, but for impact. Christmas brought an unexpected letter from Claire. She'd moved to a small apartment in Queens, taken a job at a nonprofit, and started therapy. "I'm not asking for forgiveness again," she wrote. "I just want you to know I'm trying to be someone Lily can be proud of. Thank you for letting me see her." I sat with that letter for days. Part of me wanted to tear it up, but another saw her effort, not for me, but for Lily. I didn't owe Claire anything, but I owed my daughter a chance at a relationship with her mom, however cautious. I arranged more visits, keeping them tightly controlled. Each time, Lily's smile grew brighter and I felt lighter, not from trust in Claire, but from choosing hope. The drama peaked in early spring. Marcus resurfaced, suing Claire for a share of the money she'd siphoned during their affair, claiming she'd misled him. The tabloids pounced. Slow news days thrive on scandal, and Claire's face splashed across gossip sites. She called me in a panic, begging for help. "I know I don't deserve it, Liam, but they're tearing me apart. I can't lose Lily over this." I could have walked away, let her drown in her mess. But I thought of Lily, of the headlines she might read someday. I contacted my attorney, not to save Claire, but to protect my daughter's future. We provided evidence of Marcus's complicity, dismantling his case. The media frenzy fizzled out. Claire showed up at my door the next week, unannounced. "Why did you help me?" she asked, her voice raw. I leaned against the doorframe, exhausted but clear. "Not for you, for Lily, and because I'm done letting your mistakes run my life." She nodded, tears falling. "I'll spend my life making this right." "Maybe," I said, "but that's your journey, not mine." That moment was the true climax, not the courtroom battles or the public scandal, but the quiet realization that I'd fully slipped her grasp. I didn't forgive to absolve her. I forgave to reclaim my peace. The pain she'd caused had been a crucible, forging a stronger me, one who could love fiercely, protect ruthlessly, and live authentically. By summer, ClearPath launched nationally, and I hired a small team to keep up with demand. Lily started first grade, her confidence blooming. Claire's visits became routine, always on my terms. I didn't fully trust her, but I didn't need to. My trust was in myself, in the life I'd built. One warm evening, Lily and I sat on our stoop, eating ice cream as the city buzzed around us. She pointed at a star above the skyline. Is Mommy looking at the same star? I smiled, pulling her close. Maybe, kiddo, but you and me, we're shining brighter. The scars of betrayal will always linger, faint but present. But they no longer define me. I'd chosen to let go, not for Claire, but to free myself from the prison of pain. As the city lights twinkled, I felt a quiet certainty. This was my new dawn, built on resilience, love, and the courage to start again.